Hi, this is Kate with my bookshelf, and all you see is my bookshelf right now because I don't want you to see me. So on top, these are my currently reading books. I'm reading His Last Bow, or maybe it's called The Last Bow. I get confused with the TV show. I'm reading that in my huge Sherlock Holmes collection. I just finished The Valley of Fear, which was brilliant. I'm reading The World of Pooh aloud to my youngest sister. That's been really fun. I mean, reading two British people at the time, it's just brilliant. This is my Bible, very nice old cover, but sentimental value. I just read Luke 15 today with the story of the prodigal son, and that was amazing. This is my journal, which I'm avoiding because it's been at least 6 months since I touched it. I'm not even going to look and see. This is a C.S. Lewis book called Miracles. I started it last Sunday when I had to stay home with this cold. And I wanted to read something. And it's been really good so far, even though it's a really hard reading level. This is what my sister, who is videotaping, she's the one who wore the goofy nerd glasses with me in the blog post, The Beta Reader's Guide to the Galaxy. So this next shelf here is all the big girl books. Some of them are Amy's, our older sister. This is where my shelves start, and you'll see my babies. This is Lemuel. He doesn't have a face because if I put one on him, I would do a bad job and it would ruin him. And then this is my other baby who sort of has a face. She's adorable.
She just doesn't have
but
eyes.
She needs a name. So now we'll move into the books since I've showed you all the extra stuff. It says, Before You Meet Prince Charming. My very oldest sister gave it to me after she got married. And that is a really amazing book. I have It's Not That Complicated too, but it's on loan right now. So, that's not pictured, but we just went to a conference by the people that wrote this, so this is my handout from that. I'm going to study it a little more. I'm part of a online group called The Rabbit Room. They're so much fun. They're like the C.S. Lewis, Tolkien, G.K. Chesterton, George MacDonald, everyone cool and British and old like that. They're the fans. So anyways, we had a Christmas gift exchange. This is a book I got from someone on the other side of the world I've never even met, but it looks really good. I won the library summer reading program in 2 days, because the goal was so low, but I got a book on Glendale, Arizona, which is fun. I have Mad Libs, and they're spy ones because you must have Mad Libs. Knock Knock Jokes for Kids, so I can be extra specially obnoxious when I want to. So after this, all the miscellaneous and Bible study books. Oh, and by the way, I don't show her the laundry basket full, but I have the vault of books, which is all my kids' picture books, and my Pioneer Woman cookbooks and everything. I'll show you some of those in a little bit, but for now we're gonna do the bookshelf proper. So I put them in chronological order because I like that. So here's my book. It's biblical fiction. It's called Little Mary Moved Galilee. Here's the cover. It's really amazing. It's nice and clean too. So I've let even down to my very youngest sister read it. This is a Viking Quest series.
We should switch places so they can see the gorgeous covers.
Okay. This is a Viking Quest series. I got the first book when I was 14, I think. No, maybe I was 12. But I started collecting them. I would buy them here, there, birthday money. This one, a couple of them are used. A couple I got for my birthday. Because after I read the first book, I'm I have to read them all. These are so good. They do have some teenage romance in them, which was probably not so good for my head at the time. But the other themes of forgiveness and trusting the Lord were just amazing. So the first one is, of course, the first one. The second one, I really liked all the kind of disguises. This one was, it was a little superfluous. It was just make time pass before those ones so they were older. But this one is the best because, well,
Oh, yeah.
Devin, he's on the front.
Go.
He's her brother. He's
Devin is awesome.
the best. Okay, so this one is Evangelist in Chains. I think it's early medieval Renaissance or something. It is about some Anabaptist Christians who were let's see,
trying to remember. They were captured and carried off. Like 80 men of the community were carried off because of their faith, and they were going to be galley slaves on the ship. And they take there's a map there. They take a huge journey all the way across their country, and they share the gospel with people all the way, even though they know that they're probably going to certain death. It's a really amazing book, and the end, of course, but I'm not telling. These are my hoodies. This one is about Agincourt. It's full of disguises, which is always good, but there was some astrology, so I was kind of like, this one is Bonnie Prince Charlie. It's during the Jacobite Rebellion, which is...
Actually, I'm reading Kidnapped right now, and it's kind of doing the same
Yeah.
time period.
So, Bonnie Prince Charlie. It's one of the best henties I've ever read because there's disguises. But also, I don't know. I just really like that one because the setting and everything and the characters. Calico Bush, that is set during the French and Indian War. And it's really, in some ways, it's a really hard pioneer story. There's some really sad things that happen. But this main character, Marguerite, who's called Maggie, is a really amazing person, and I found that a really good book. These are all my Little House on the Prairie books because you must own them. I mean, and this is actually an extra one written by someone else. It's called Old Town in the Green Groves, to help fill the gap between On the Banks of Plum Creek and By the Shores of Silver Lake. And I don't always like all the extra Little House on the Prairie books, but and that one is actually really good. So I found it somewhere and I'm like, I need to have that because it kind of fills in the gap. Left Comes Softly.
Really pretty golden cover.
It's not exactly a romance book. Okay.
Okay.
Of the romance books, is probably one of the best ones because it has a theme of friendship, mutual love for God, and true love is what actually matters instead of the guy like being the most handsome dude ever.
Sounds like Kira.
She's talking about my book and she's not allowed to. These are my Triple Creek Ranch books. I discovered these two at our homeschool convention table my oldest sister and I did years ago. And after I got those two, I was like, yeah, I must have the others. So I've read these two, and then the fifth one, actually, I got to beta read it. And there's my lovely review on the back. And I've got to beta read some more of her Rebecca, and she just writes great stuff. You'll see several more of her books on the shelf. But there's a sixth book, and my brother got to review it, and I haven't got to read it yet, so I'm kind of jealous, Green.